guys, welcome back to Shocking Tech, where I talk about anything tech or test related. Today we're going to be talking about some renders, leaks, rumors, and concepts of the iPhone 2020. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so first thing first, back in 2014 the iPhone 6 was released. It was a massive redesign from the previous iPhone 5 and 5S. The iPhone 7 and 8 were released, which had design elements like screen changes, speaker upgrades, camera upgrades, etc., but they weren't complete redesigns. But at the same time, the iPhone 10 was released, which was a massive redesign. In the next year, the iPhone 10 was diversified to make a more affordable model and a larger model, and of course modern specs. This year we are expected to see those same three models, yet one more lens each, the 11R getting a second lens, and the 10S and 10S Max kind of series, or the 11 and the 11 Max, get a third lens. This would be wide angle to get more in a shot and be able to get a wider picture. This year is the third year of the same design, which means next year should be a complete redesign. Naturally, it would make sense for the 2019 models to be called the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Max, and iPhone 11R, which could also be the XI, the XI Max, and the XIR, which are terrible names, which would make 2020 iPhones, which would be 12, 12 Max, and 12R, or XII, XII Max, and XIIR, but those aren't good either. This year we are rumored to see 5G on the more premium models, so in my opinion it would make sense for the names to be iPhone 12, iPhone 5G, and iPhone 5G Max. Or it could be iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro, and iPhone 12 Pro Max. But just for the sake of this video and being able to say stuff without tripping over my own words, I'm gonna go with the first one. So for the lineup, leaks point to the 5G model, the smaller 5G model, going from the 10s's 5.8 inches to a smaller 5.4 inches. This could be the iPhone SE that everyone seems to want and could satisfy that demographic. Then the iPhone 5G Max, as I'm calling it, will be larger than the iPhone XS Max from 6.5 inches to 6.7, and the cheaper model will be staying the same. All three iPhones will have OLED, so I'm assuming that the cheaper model will have a more affordable and lower quality version of this OLED screen. As I already said, the two higher end models will have 5G, which will mean you'll be able to download stuff faster and stream stuff and everything you want with the internet just faster. The cheaper, more affordable model will not have 5G in order to keep costs down. Apple currently has a patent to allow the screen to work in the rain, meaning when water touches the screen's display, it will no longer activate the display and make it impossible to use your phone. It's unknown if this feature would also work underwater, but that is unmentioned. It's also unknown if this would work on all three iPhone models, but my guess is no, and only for the premium models. Apple also has a patent to have a type of 3D touch that works like a click, so when you push down on the display, it will feel like you're physically pushing it down, kind of like a trackpad. This would use taptic engines to create vibrations to give you that idea that it's like a click using vibrations. It is unknown if this would only be on the premium models or the more affordable models, but I would go with only the premium models. Ice Universe, who is highly respected analyst and leaker, has suggested that the iPhone 2020 will have a camera hole. This could be achieved using Apple's patent to have all the Face ID sensors under the screen except for the front-facing camera. That's why it's not all screen. There is just still a camera hole, but it's not a full-on notch. This only says iPhone 2020. It does not say which models, but in my concept, I only showed it with the more premium models and not the more affordable ones. There's also rumored to be a time-of-flight sensor, which would have a type of laser sensor that would send infrared lasers, not like Star Wars lasers, bounce it off of a subject, be able to detect the depth and distance, because it would come back to the sensor and it would detect how far away it is and how long it took different lasers to go and come back, which would give you the shape and give you some type of true depth data. You could use this to scan objects and view them in 3D. Maybe you could place an object in AR, and of course this would make AR games much more accurate, and even the Measure app much more accurate for taking measurements and getting 3D depth data. Okay, so now for my take on it. In my concept, I showed off a normal, wide-angle, optical zoom, and a fourth lens, which is supposed to be a time-of-flight sensor. And in my explanation, I gave it 200,000 lasers, which would be a higher resolution than the current Gen Face ID, which only uses 30,000 sensors, which would give you more depth data. And it makes sense to have more depth data on a larger sensor, since this would be rear-facing, making it larger, which gives it more space to project more lasers. This is also on the cheaper model, but it's just smaller, so it would have less lasers. As I said before, this would allow you to view an object in 3D or in AR. Alright guys, that's all for this video. This video took a very long time to record and edit, and is probably my longest video right now. And it took a very long time to make those renders, so please leave a massive like, destroy that subscribe button, hit the bell, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give me your feedback in the comment section below. This is Shocking Tech, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!